the dead end. Nnamdi Kanu will either open his defense or face a death sentence. Sowore speaks on the court. Yes, Sowore has given his own prediction as per Nnamdi Kanu refusal to enter his defense. Well, I till this very moment I don't still understand what Sowore meant by that very statement, because a lot of people have started debating about it. You know, is he trying to tell the courts? Is he trying to say to the courts what he feel the court is going to pass as judgment if Nnamdi Kanu fails to enter his defense? Or is he trying to, is he trying to, speak for Nnamdi Kanu so that, or put a fear on Nnamdi Kanu to make him enter his defense? Please, my dear listeners, I will be hoping on your opinion on this very part, because till this very moment, I am still thinking of what Sowore actually meant by that word. A lot, though. I will be coming up with some other people's comments already coming up already on this same assertion. It has been made very clear that the IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu today actually entered his event but refused to open it. So just Tomato Show on his own claim that, okay, Nnamdi Kanu, because I know you are an economist, I am giving you till 7th of November, which is next tomorrow, to decide if you will enter your defense or I will get it closed. You understand? So now everybody has gone out to start, bringing up what he or she feels may likely be the final judgment should Nnamdi Kanu refuse to enter his defense. Just like the video I just did right now, you heard what those journalists, those conk and boots opinion coming from the journalists. Those journalists were just speaking on the advantageous part of the federal government, but they have refused to speak on Nnamdi Kanu's own advantageous part. They are only on the side where Nnamdi Kanu actually committed, but on the side where the federal government committed, they refuse to point at it. That is why I will always tell you people that you don't need to rely on only information coming from the TV or from the stations on TV. You see, this is what we are talking about. I'm talking about a program set up called Journalist Hangout. Many of you may have been listening to that very program. You see that? So you can never get truth from there. You understand? So now it is becoming very clear that those who are in support of the federal government are actually people who are working with the federal government. But we don't care. Let them do whatever they want to do. That is their own cup of tea, not be our own wahala. Now, my dear listeners, I will be taking you into this video. Hear a little about what people are already saying. Listen.
To them, he's not a criminal. He speaks for the people who feel neglected, forgotten, and unprotected. That is how many Southerners see it. But for the federal government, he is not a hero. They see him as someone who challenged the state and must face the consequences. So now, both sides are locked in pride. The state says you must answer in court. Now Kanu says you have no lawful case to try me. In the middle of all this stands the Nigerian judiciary walking a tightrope between law and politics. Now here is our reaction before we round up. Let me speak plainly. As an observer, let me speak from an observer angle. I see a nation that is confused between power and justice. Yes. If the law under which Kanu was charged is indeed repealed, then continuing the trial is injustice. But if the law is still valid, then Kanu should open his defense and clear his name before the people. So the judge should at least say whether this law has been repealed or is still in place. Yes, I ask. You see, why has this case dragged for so long? Why is a man in detention for years without a clear conclusion? For almost 5 years. Now, when justice takes too long, it is beginning to look like punishment, not process. Yes. And when a government fights its own citizens without dialogue, it turns courtrooms into battlegrounds. The truth is, this case is no longer just about one man. I have always said this. It's a reflection of Nigeria's deeper sickness, mistrust, ethnic tension, and the failure of the system to heal itself. As our elders say, when a wound refuses to close, refuses to heal, it is not just the knife that caused it. It is
Exactly. Exactly. You see, the truth they say is bitter, but we have to be told. You see, I will tell you, my dear listeners, that the federal government are are only judging this case only for their own favor, only for their own favor, and to me, I will tell you clearly that the federal government are praying that Nnamdi Kanu should not enter the fence. Yes, even Justice Omoto himself that is pretending that he wants to be considerate and all of that. He is praying Nnamdi Kanu should not enter the fence so that they will pass a judgment against him. Now they are tagging Nnamdi Kanu to be a criminal because he refused to enter a defense. My dear people, this is where Nigerian government has gotten it wrong. They have refused, they have failed to look on that their own part where they played it wrong. And they are focusing on Nnamdi Kanu's own part where he is at wrong because he refused to enter his defense. No wahala. Please, my dear listeners, this is where you all need to speak. You all need to speak because some other persons have started speaking. Now, this one is coming from here. This person is asking a question. Okay, say the question is: do we still have legal system in Nigeria? Gone are the days when we relied the judiciary. I am of the view that they have prepared jail him without due process. Of course, now this person is now speaking, giving an answer to Sowore's prediction. That is to say that what Sowore was only putting up was a prediction that they either send him to jail sentence or send him to life imprisonment if he refuses to enter his defense. So it's a prediction then. Now, this one is expensive. Apple said he has no case to answer. Let him go. But will the federal government understand that? Is the question. They don't understand because they just want this thing to be in their favor. Share this video. Share it. Please, my dear listeners, because more opinion need to come into this very channel. Please. Thank you.